Despite receiving mixed reviews throughout the season, The Boys Season 4 finale delivered an epic conclusion, with all main characters surviving the Homelander's creation of a soup army for shadows. The capture of most of the boys heightens anticipation for their fight back in Season 5 tragically. A crucial character's brutal murder near the end diminishes the impact of 4 seasons of development. This scene, though crucial for explaining Billy Butcher's powers, ultimately wastes the potential of a compelling soup. Victoria Neuman. During Vava's trial, she furtively caused a shower in the courtroom, which was one of the most ridiculously terrible scenes of the episode. Victoria had the option to switch jobs so well that she briefly became VP Choose in the last episode. Unfortunately, her karma ran out the second Homelander uncovered Victoria's soup rank, turning her into the main public enemy in a moment in the Season 4 finish of The Young Men. Boys. Victoria, who had sought refuge in Hugh when Homelander threatened her daughter's life if she did not obey him, was brutally murdered by Billy Butcher. Even though Victoria had evidence that could reveal her secret, this was a high point of Season 4, but it completely ignored her actual abilities. Secret. Victoria never presented a very remarkable risk to the young men, especially when Hughie teamed up with her in Season 3. The blend of Victoria's deadly capacities and her creativity made her possibly as startling as Homelander. The vast majority were ignorant that she had superpowers which simply elevated her unnerving potential. Under specific circumstances, she could immediately kill almost anyone in her way. The legends made various endeavors to eliminate her, as a matter of fact, before Butcher killed her. The young men had similar super infection they planned to use to take out Homelander. She had a portion of unethical minutes on the program, yet she never entirely turned into a miscreant, which is the reason her troublesome death comes as a shock. Unfortunately, her process reached a conclusion in Season 4 because of her fate. However, she could become perhaps the most dangerous person in the establishment had the young men permitted her to be a by and large villain. Victoria seemed like she was going to become even more of a star on The Boys after the Seasons 2 and 3 finales. Despite her impressive performance throughout the second season, the plot is clouded by the enigmatic heads that explode. Plot. The disclosure that Neuman was liable for the obliteration in the season finale set her status as an imposing adversary. Season 3's revelation that Victoria was running for vice president and president attracted attention to her and strengthened her power through manipulation. Strength. Both of these results demonstrated how dangerous Victoria could become as her power and influence grew. She appeared to be capable of almost anything she set her mind to. The young men even went further into Victoria's blood capacities in the side project series, bringing up issues about the degree to which her capacities might have been utilized. It's troublesome not to feel miserable by Victoria's downfall, realizing that she could achieve a great deal more in her life. Her humanity showed through her ethics, and second thoughts put her aside from being a conventional Homelander. What Neuman's passing says about the Young Men Season 5. Since Victoria Neuman is no longer involved, Homelander plays taken up the part of president in the Young Men. Boys. Making ready for a more tangled fifth season, he may not be the genuine head of state, yet he is using the recently initiated administration presidency. In order to exert control over the nation, Stephen Calhoun is on pawn. Even though he had originally intended for Neuman to become president, her assassination gave Homelander unfettered power. This drove him to re-establish military law, which he used to form the U.S. however he would prefer. It was implied in the Season 4 finale that a large portion of the young men were caught by Vought, passing on Butcher and Starlight to battle against Homelander and his army. However, the fundamental figures from HVV, including a train and Queen Me, Sovereign Me, could make a victorious return, laying out an imposing opposition. Resistance. It's possible that Soldier Boy's return will throw a wrench in everything, paving the way for an insane final season of Boys. The fact that Neuman's daughter was sent to the Red River Home Group after her father died also means that her future is uncertain. It would appear that Victoria's death was planned and orchestrated by Sister Sage. Assuming Neuman had gotten down to business, Homelander would in any case have had unnerving control, however they would have conflicted on account of Neuman's tenacity and frail moral compass. Her flight has left Homelander with essentially no deterrence on its path because of Neuman's obstinacy and frail moral compass. Homelander has virtually no obstacles in its path due to Neuman's inflexibility and moral compass. Homelander has virtually no obstacles in its path due to Neuman's inflexibility and moral compass. The Boys Season 4 finale delivered an epic conclusion despite mixed reviews throughout the season, and all main characters survived the Homelander creation of a soup army for shadows and a grim future. Her departure has left Homelander with virtually no obstacles on its path to global dominance, guaranteeing that Season 5 of The Boys will be the most ambitious chapter to date. Future. The anticipation for their fight back in Season 5.5 is raised by the majority of The Boys' capture. Tragically, the brutal murder of a key character near the end reduces the impact of 4 seasons of development. This scene, however pivotal for making sense of Billy Butcher's powers, at last squanders the capability of a convincing soup. Victoria Neuman has long been one of the Boys' most cunning characters, and she has been a major opponent since she first appeared in Season 2. Neuman appeared to have a lot of potential to be wicked until her shocking death in the Season 4 finale. With her enormous political influence and clever concealment of her soup status, Victoria has been one of the Boys' most cunning characters. She secretly caused a bath in the courtroom during VA's trial, which was one of the most horrifying scenes in the episode. Victoria had the option to switch jobs so well that she briefly became VP Choose in the last episode, and the Boys Season 4 finale. Unfortunately, her luck ran out when Homelander revealed Victoria's soup rank, making her the #1 public enemy in an instant. Boys. Victoria, who had sought refuge in Hugh when Homelander threatened her daughter's life if she did not obey him, was brutally murdered by Billy Butcher. Even though Victoria had evidence that could reveal her secret, this was a high point of Season 4, but it completely ignored her actual abilities. Secret. Despite her impressive run throughout the second season, the mysterious exploding heads cast a shadow over the plot, and the revelation that Neuman was responsible for the destruction in the season finale solidified her status as a formidable adversary. The revelation that Victoria was vying for vice president brought attention to her goo and manipulation further cemented her strength. It's difficult not to feel sad by Victoria's demise because she had the potential to become one of the most deadly characters in the franchise had the Boys allowed her to boys. Making ready for a more tangled 5th season, he may not be the genuine head of state, yet he is using the recently initiated administration. Presidency. In order to exert control over the nation, Stephen Calhoun is on pawn. Despite the fact that he had originally intended for Neuman to become president, her assassination gave the homeland unchecked power. He used this to reinstate martial law, which he used to shape the United States of America in his favor. Liking. In the Season 4 finale, it was suggested that most of the Boys were taken by Vault, leaving only Butcher and Starlight to fight Homelander and his army. However, the main characters from Generation V, including Atrain and Queen Me, could triumphantly return, and establish a formidable resistance. It's possible that Soldier Boy's return will throw a wrench in everything, paving the way for an insane final season of Boys. The fact that Neuman's daughter was sent to the Red River Home Group after her father died also means that her future is uncertain. It would appear that Victoria's death was planned and orchestrated by Sister Sage. Assuming Neuman had gotten down to business, Homelander would in any case have had alarming control, however they would have conflicted in view of Neuman's obstinacy and powerless moral compass. Homelander has virtually no obstacles in its path due to Neuman's inflexibility and moral compass. Since she left, Homelander has virtually no obstacles in its path to global dominance, making Season 5 of Boys the most ambitious yet.